What's up? Um, how are you today? I hope you're well. Literally, last night, a cougar was under my freaking house, and I was like so worried that it was gonna eat my cat because it had already eaten another cat in the area. But my host chased it out from under my house, and it didn't eat my cat, but it's fucking scary. Like, cougars are big, and never been that close to a big cat murder, that could murder. Well, my cat murders all the time, but speaking of my cat murdering, she's at 5 mice. She fought a snake, an innumerable amount of grasshoppers and moths and bugs and such. This morning she brought me, I think it was a mole. It like looked like a mouse, but had a long little nose and small eyes, but it also could have been a vole. I don't really know what a vole is, to be totally honest, but it could have been a vole, for all that I know. Because like I just said, I don't know. Recently, I have been reading quite a bit, and that's been good. I just finished The Lord of the Rings. I read, to avoid reading The Lord of the Rings, I read The Metamorphosis, which, if you haven't read it or heard about it, you should read it. It's really short, obviously, it's a short story. I actually didn't know that when I bought the book. I, thought it was at least gonna be, I don't know, a short novel or something, but it's, literally, it's a short story, and it's good. It's a bummer. It's really sad, actually, but I enjoyed it. And I also read Cat's Cradle by Kurt Vonnegut. I got this copy at a thrift store in Salt Lake, and it's been funny, bringing books with me everywhere, because I, think about how far this book has traveled. Cat's Cradle is, I absolutely, loved this book. I think if you are, an atheist or even agnostic, but kind of question, the utility of religion, this book is so good, and it talks about science and religion and fate and people, and it was really awesome, and I loved it. It's the first Kurt Vonnegut book I've read. Actually, I haven't read Slaughterhouse-Five. Yeah, I fell in love with it. It was amazing. Something that's cool about buying books used is you can see other people's annotations and stuff. That kind of supplements your reading and adds another layer of lore to the content that you're engaging with. And I think that's really fun. There's a couple different kinds of handwriting in this, and I'm ooh, who's writing what? What are they talking about? It's just fun. I just think it's cute. And there's at the back of this book, someone left notes, but their handwriting is really scraggly, scribbly, and kind of as I was reading, I was able to piece together what the writing was saying because it was referring to some things. But yeah, I'm still I don't know if that's gonna focus. I don't really give a fuck about what this looks like. Anyways, loved Cat's Cradle, absolutely loved, amazing, incredible. I feel too, if you recently watched Oppenheimer, I haven't because the nearest movie theater is 3 hours away. But if you had, this would be cool to I feel this would give you another perspective against about science and ethics. And that's cool. And then I started Lord of the Rings in January, and I've just been dragging out the frick reading it. I started this book 2 weeks ago and then just finished it the other day. But I think Return of the King is my favorite. My favorite out of the trilogy. This is not including The Hobbit. Also the first book in Two Towers because they're kind of separated, and the first part talks about Aragorn and Legolas and Gimli, and then the second part's about Frodo and Sam. But when they're walking through Mordor, it's really a it's just a bummer. They're just trudging on, and it's hopeless and sad and soul crushing. But Return of the King, I loved the character development for Merry and Pippin. I loved they don't talk about him in the movies, I don't think. I don't remember if I've seen the extended edition of Return of the King. But there's like this guard guy in Minas Tirith named Baragron, and he has like this cute relationship with Pippin, and they become like besties, and like Pippin hangs out with his son, and he's like me, and it was cute, and I enjoyed it, and the ending is sad, and also I don't think they talk about this in the extended edition of Return of the King, or just like in the movies at all, but when they get back to the Shire, after like Frodo destroys the ring and Aragorn becomes crowned king, there's like fucking Saruman has all of his little ruffians messing shit up and like taking food and tobacco and like instilling sheriffs and like positions of power, and like all the hobbits are like sad and like don't want to come outside, but then like Merry and Pippin like lead this battle to save them and overthrow them, and that was fun. I mean, it wasn't fun. People died. Hobbits died, but I thought it was fun. I recently there's just like a couple songs, but Regina Spektor, her music is like so like the emotions are tangible. They're there, like you can feel them. And I just like Regina Spektor right now. I'm just into it. I just think it's fun and cute, and I like it a lot. Mi amigos y mi familia. I wrote a list of stuff I want to talk about. My friends and my family. My friends. Hey, how's it going? I miss you. If you don't know, sometimes I tell people things or I forget to tell people things and I'm like, you don't know this about my life, but I literally never told you, and like you would have no way of knowing. But right now I'm doing like it's a program called Workaway. Um, the place I'm at too is also like a wolf place, if you know what that is, but Workaway is like, they have, and Woof too. Woof is like primarily organic farms, but Workaway is like, there's like people who have like a business or like a homestead or like a farm, and they're like, hey, come live on my farm and I will feed you and maybe pay you money and you can stay here. I live like on their property. I have my own building right now, which is so nice. So I live here, I eat their food, I work in the garden. Right now also I'm like a coffee roasting apprentice, so I roast coffee beans, and I like it's very technical and it's really like very specific and particular. Like you have to follow like a stringent um order of operations. But I've been enjoying that a lot. And working in the garden, and the nature here is like fucking gorgeous and I adore it and love it. But my hosts are like so wonderful and nice and welcoming and sweet, and like I love them and I feel like they love me, and that makes me happy. I was watching this YouTube video, like I had seen it and my like fucking freaking I need to stop swearing, Jesus Cristo. Um I was there was a YouTube video in my recommendations for like months, and I kept ignoring it. And I don't know why. Like it looked endearing enough, but I was like, I don't want to watch you. But it's the YouTube video is called like The Answer Is Not a Hut in the Woods, and then finally like I was in my hut alone in the woods, and I was like, I think it's time. Like let's see what this is about. This dude, and he was talking about his like own experience with like traveling. And he had also like done some workaways and some woofing, and then like 10 years later or something, he wanted to go hike the AT, the Appalachian Trail. And kind of like the moral of the story, or like the main message he was trying to get across was that like wherever you go, you're always there. Like people think like you can go somewhere to like escape something, but like that's not true. Or you can go somewhere to find yourself, but like you're with you the whole time and you can't run away from yourself because you're literally always there. And I was like, beautiful message. Glad I watched that. I'm glad I watched that. Glad I watched that, like, from my head in the woods, because it, like, literally very much relates to my personal experience at the moment. So I loved it, but also, and I was like, yeah, like, I do sometimes think, like, I'm finding myself by traveling, and it's like, no, like, I'm wherever I go. Like, I'm always there. Like, I'm not hiding in the woods. I'm literally, like, I'm right here with me. And then after that, I was like, well, maybe I should go hike the AT. Like, that would be really cool. But I would need to, like, save up money to do that. Go live with my parents. I wanted to talk about my life, and maybe no one will find this interesting, and not like I'm going to say I don't care about it and it doesn't matter because I don't care about it and it doesn't matter, but like secretly inside I care a lot. Not even secretly, inside I care a lot. And I feel like it's this constant battle between I don't care, it doesn't matter, whatever, like, I'll just post something or, like, do something and it's for me and it's not for anyone else. But, like, secretly, everybody wants a little, like, piece of validation, a little thing to keep them going, to feel better about themselves. Maybe there is someone out there who, like, just intrinsically totally validates themselves completely and wholly and they need, like, no outside validation whatsoever. But also, maybe that's a myth. And everyone wants validation from other people, just to varying degrees. I constantly am either I don't care at all about what anyone says or does or thinks, like I do my own thing and blah 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 blah. It doesn't matter if people like it or don't, like I'm gonna do it anyway, but then secretly inside I'm like, God, I hope people like me and they think I'm cool and they wanna be my friend. Especially when you're not around many people, it's like you care about what they think about you so much. People who I talk to on the phone, it's like different because like yeah, we talk on the phone, but like you're not here. Like you're not tangible, which is also something I like kind of was having some difficulty with in regards, jeez, I sound bonkers. Yeah, that's kind of why I like deleted Instagram and like Twitter and stuff off my phone is because, yeah, like I was posting shit and like people were talking to me and that was really nice and it did feel like I had like a community and like friends there, but like I just was like wrestling with the fact that like it's not real. Like like yeah, it's like these people are real people and they're saying real things to me, but it just really felt like way like not tangible to me at all and I felt weird about it and it felt like more conceptual, like it was all in my brain and not something that was like really happening. That probably sounds a little insane, but that's how I freaking felt, man. That's how I freaking felt, dude. I've caved and like gone on my laptop and like looked at Instagram twice. I did that because I'm a weenie. I'm a weenie baby. Fruits basket, whatever book I'm reading, and like 3 YouTube videos a day is like my media diet. Oh, and Duolingo. But basically, I'm like not in taking that much media, and it's been feeling like weird. I feel like I've become a lot more imaginative in my brain because like my brain I don't know, like I'll be sitting somewhere and I'll think like what if a tiny person like hopped in my mouth like a dentist. That sounded insane, but my point was is that I feel like I've been using my brain to entertain myself more as opposed to like my phone, but maybe that's not true. Maybe I just am thinking that way, but maybe my thoughts are only what's real. I think therefore I am, and you don't think so, you aren't, and you're not real and I am. Cope. I love you. Have a wonderful day. I hope that you eat a yummy snack, that you drink a drink that you like, whether it be iced coffee or tea, or maybe just like a nice, cool, refreshing glass of water. Like, that could be cool too. I will talk to you later. Technology, right? Love you. Bye.